The Fly Fighter Podcast. Let's talk. Your chat, your way.
Hello.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sat here with Dawn here of Pabloona something or other. She makes wee spooky fucking animals. I have a little head to show you. There you go. I'm not meant to touch her shit, but I just figured...
touching my shit, you'll break it.
Yes, anyway, here she is, my mad hippie pal from Gourock.
Under duress, being made to do this. Thanks, James.
She's been doing this for a while and I wanted to get a podcast done, but I'm over here for two reasons. One's a visit, two's picking up a bike, and three is this podcast about her and her business.
Woo!
This is going to be fucking hard.
I told you. It's good to talk.
It's good to talk, yes. And I says to her, we come through and she's like, a cup of tea, you want to do this, you want to do that? I was like, no, I want to set up my cameras and I want to get us fucking going because we'll sit on the couch, we'll talk shite, and then we'll come to this part and we'll have fuck all to talk about, Dawn.
But we can talk more shite.
We can talk more shite. We have chatted enough. We have put the worlds to right. Exes have been fucking exed.
And we are still bottomless pits of shite to come out.
And she says, I'll never be able to do this. Look at her. She's like a fucking pro. Anyway, Dawn.
Yes, James.
I always have a who, what, when, where, why, right? And I usually have it written in a book, but I forgot to fucking bring the book because I had something I wanted to ask you. But anyway, could you tell us, right? That camera, see that one? It's red. Aye. Could you tell the people of this podcast who you are, where you come from, and what it is you do?
My name is Dawn.
Yes.
Dawn here.
I know this.
I live on the west coast of Scotland. I am a freelance artist.
Talk to the mic.
Hi, Mike. I'm a freelance artist. I went to art school many years ago, did pottery and ceramics, and then started teaching for a local charity, doing community workshops, teaching pottery, painting, sculpture, all sorts of different things. And then COVID hit and all my work went, pew, couldn't do classes. So I thought, what do I want to do? I've got all this time suddenly, what do I want to do? So I basically sat at this table for 2 years making wee monsters.
Let's see if I can show the table. Where is it on my one? Oh, hiya. No, not that one. Let's look here. Ah, there we go. Let's look at the wee table. There's the monsters.
It's my wee manky scabby table where I've sat and I haven't...
Pick up some monsters and show us some of your wee monsters. I actually bought a wee monster off you a while ago, but I'll not say what happened to that. It fell off my dash and...
This wee guy is Nosferatu.
Hold him up to the camera so they can see.
Where is the camera?
That one.
Can you see him?
Yes.
He can wave, he can sit, he can stand, he can do spooky things. So what I do is I model mostly the heads and hands and feet out of polymer clay, cook it, paint it, and then I will sew up wee bodies and clothes for them.
Give away all your trade secrets here.
I know, that's why I'm not a gatekeeper. I've actually taught classes how to make them. I love seeing other people having a go and making them, so it's all good. And there's a whole community of doll makers like on Instagram and Facebook and Etsy.
This is kind of cute.
Yeah, it's a wee Halloweeny guy.
Oh, little guy.
So I call him a chumpkin.
A chumpkin?
It's a chumpkin, aye.
Oh, and he's even got a bed if I can touch it.
He has got a wee bed as well.
He's even got a wee bed. How cool is that?
And
with a spooky bitch on it, just like Dawn.
Little shop of horrors as well. This is one of my favourite ones.
Closer.
Yeah. So
did you not do a what do you call him? Say my name. Say my name. Say my name 3 times. You remember who that is?
You?
Aye, me.
James! I don't know.
Oh, what's his name?
Oh.
Come on. This is where we're testing the grey matter.
Oh no. I'm too old. What's his Candyman?
Nope. He wears a black and white suit. I did him a couple of times.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice. Say my name. Say my name 3 times.
I just posted one of them off last week.
So you do?
I did
have
a Beetlejuice on my table last week, but he has gone and he has arrived in America now. I got a very nice message from the lady.
I need to move my on air because I want to show them your wee box of tricks. Because is that allowed to move? Am I allowed to touch it?
I've actually made that one for my mother. The only thing that my mother has asked me to make.
It's
so
pretty
it's still
cool,
a
like.
work in progress. It's a wee cabinet of curiosities.
Change camera angle. Go back to that one. Look at this wee box.
So full of wee creepy bits and pieces.
I like the hand. What's the hand all about? Or is that just...
It's like a wee all-seeing hand. It's a kind of protection symbol.
I'm going to swap cameras to see if I can show that a bit better. That one. There might be less of a glare off that. No, just as bad.
There's always glare in here. It's that light up there.
We're professionals. Always professionals. I hope you can hear us on this because Don's... where are we? Don's house is off a wee.
It's a caravan.
Aye. Welcome to
You did
my
say I could burp.
caravan. I did say you could burp if you want. You
That's
can
the
do
third
whatever you
one.
fucking want.
It's fine, well, I'll be farting.
I will draw on the line when you start farting because it'll be stinking.
I will be farting very soon.
But anyway, what did we want to talk about on this podcast? This is the first real one, apart from doing them with Alan, apart from doing the one with my mother. This is kind of the first one that I've done. Where's Bayfields? Oh, there is no Bayfields. This is the first one
Up
that I've
there.
done with a pal. Oh, well, I'll go to that one. Oh, that's the one that's recording.
All
All
right.
right.
Cool.
Sound. This is the first one I've done with like a pal out with Kevin. And me, you and Kevin all skated together anyway. Oh, she's a skater, by the way. Funny that. That's how we met. And we're going to get right into a bitch fest about the skating just in a minute, but we need to finish up on your monsters. So I've bought a few of these. Friends have bought a few of these. They go all over the world. Last lot went to where? America.
America. Next lot, Spain and America again. I've got an Etsy shop. I've sold over 1,000 of them now, all
Right.
over the world. So yeah, it's quite a wee industry from a hobby that started during COVID.
COVID.
Yeah.
Well, it's one good thing to come out of COVID.
I actually enjoyed COVID. I
So
have to
did I.
admit, I loved it.
Claire and I were actually talking about it the other day. That you mind how they were kind of beginning of September, they were threatening us all. We might be going back.
bring it
We were
on.
like, yes, yes. We had like stuff packed away and ready to hit the hills the minute they
God,
said,
aye.
aye.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Like here, there's lovely beaches down here, and during COVID, they shut all the car parks. So I was just down there every night with the dogs off their leads, running about. Nobody there.
And
Loved
that
it.
this caravan park that you live in was actually used for Sweet 16
That's right.
because the drive in. I remember that's part of the film. The drive into the park. Aye, I totally. As
This-
soon as I seen it, I was like, "This has been a movie
Right at the
set."
end of my street was where they set the caravan in fire. Just along there.
Just along that wee bit there.
Yep.
Ah.
I came along one day and there was like big catering lorries and trailers, and I had no clue what was going on,
Aye.
and I couldn't get parked to my own street. I was raging, and then I found out that's what they were filming.
Pretty cool.
I've still never seen
And
it.
you've still never fucking watched it.
I actually bought it, and then I couldn't watch it for my DVD player was knackered, so
Right.
that was that.
Cool. Sorry, I'm pressing buttons,
See
distracting
that?
us.
Aye, you're good at that.
Aye. I'm good at pushing people's buttons for all the wrong fucking reasons,
Exactly.
probably. Aye.
Let's not get into that here.
Aye. So, what else can we talk about? Because, see, this is what happens. This is why I says to you I didn't want to fucking talk in the living room because we dry up. We've fucking bitched about everybody. We've
Bitched
had a
about
poke at everything. We've realised that neither of us can smoke cannabis because we're a pair of light bites.
No.
We can't help. We can't do it. And it annoys the shit out of us because we're jealous of those that can.
People that are quite chill on it, whereas we just disappear into our heads
Yes,
and
and-
argue with ourselves.
yes.
But lots of people are like that.
I get paranoid. Like, I've never, ever, ever had anxiety. But give me any of that stuff, I'm the most anxious motherfucker in the room. Like, and
The
that's
worst-
not to say anything bad about anxiety or anything, but
No, I think
I-
the worst time I've had on it was with my ex, and we had like a wee puff one night,
aye,
and then suddenly I was just completely quiet, and he said to me, "What is wrong with you?"
you're right.
And
Yeah,
I said, "I can't talk." And then he laughed, and then I get more and more anxious,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "I can't talk."
aye. Well, I was saying to Dawn on the couch there, we were talking about it, and I took a wee bit for a guy that gave me it to help me sleep. And yes, the first night, great, brilliant, helped me sleep, got a fucking great sleep. But then the next night after that, I took too much. And even when Claire was looking at me, I was like, "You fucking looking at? What is it? What's wrong?" You know, pure para. I need to go to bed. I've got to sleep. I'm tired.
One night I had
And then
a
couldn't
wee,
fucking sleep.
it's horrible. One night I had a wee smoke in there years and years ago, And I looked in this very kitchen,
Aye.
and I swear there was a cloaked figure in
Aye.
the kitchen. And I managed to scoot through the kitchen, get my duvet over my head, and I was like, I am not coming out till the morning.
That's
So
the
I was
demon.
just freaking out.
And this is why you create all your wee demon things here,
Yeah.
because this is where the demons hang out.
Well, there has actually been spooky things happening in
Up
this
here,
caravan.
aye.
Yeah, in this very caravan.
So, drink. You don't drink either. Neither do I.
No.
See?
I chucked that 6 years ago.
Mine was 8.
Really? Yeah.
8 years ago when Ivy was born.
Mhm.
Because instant arsehole, just add alcohol. That I t-shirt.
Yeah.
You couldn't imagine that to me, you know?
No, not at all. No. You don't really need that to be an instant arsehole, do you?
No, but seriously, aye. So I chucked it, no, because I was being an arsehole, just, came what it was. I wanted to stop smoking.
Right. And you knew if you were drinking, you would have a smoke.
Well, no, I knew I could not do one without the other.
Uh-huh.
So I had to fucking stop drinking to stop smoking. And the minute I stopped drinking and stopped smoking, I couldn't go back to the drink. So I was like, that's fucking awful.
Double whammy.
It was a double whammy, so win-win. But now I'm fucking teetotal, I'm boring as fuck.
I don't think it is boring though.
Do you know?
I don't think I would have done like all the things I've done in
Yeah.
the last few years if I'd still been complacent. I think it made me complacent
Right.
and took away my drive to do things, because I was quite happy looking forward to sitting having a wee rum at night on the couch. Whereas now I don't do that. I don't have a television. I don't drink. I don't do that. So
You're
when I'm
missing
awake,
fuck all with the telly. Like.
Aye.
And
When
not-
I'm awake, I'm sitting doing stuff.
Like anything I watch on the telly, you can get on a tablet anyway. So if you're sitting watching it,
It's a load of
it's
crap.
pish, aye.
No.
It is pish.
I
Like.
call it mindful viewing. I like to maybe pick a film,
Yeah.
get somebody else to set up the projector because I don't know how to, and I'll watch a film and then I'll put it away again
Aye.
because I don't like it sitting out.
Right. What's your genre of film?
Well, lately it has been sort of horror, supernatural.
Fuck's sake.
But aye,
Aye.
just whatever.
Right. I'm fucking lost now because I had a train of things that I was going to ask you, but we've chatted
didn't.
about me. I
didn't.
did. I did. I've no.
Look
They're on
at
my wee pad. There was a Gourock thing that I wanted to fucking. I seen it on the way in, and I was, oh, I can't what it is. Gourock swimming pool.
I knew you were going to say
Holy
that, the outdoor
fuck!
pool.
The outdoor
Aye.
pool, right? And then you've got all that fucking sea at the back of the outdoor
Uh-huh.
pool. So I have in my head that it's just a set of steps down into the Clyde.
Well, there used to be that further along,
Right,
more or
right,
less,
right.
but they concreted it all in
Right.
because it was the upkeep was too much. But the actual
What
pool,
at the Clyde?
Aye, well, to keep it safe, you know, it's
Aye.
all health and safety.
So there is actually a wee bit that
Further along,
I was pissing myself.
but
I
have
was
you
like,
not? The outdoor pool is famous.
pissing
It's
myself.
on Blur's new album cover.
is it?
Aye,
I'll need to
should
check
look
that out.
up. Yep.
I will look it up because I was pissing myself as I come past, and I thought, "Fucking steps to the Clyde." Is that's so West Coast? That is fucking brilliant.
I've only been in that pool once. And when I
Aye.
went, it was just cold seawater that was in it. But now apparently it's heated.
Heated seawater.
It'll be stinking. Bloody sewage jobbies floating about in that.
Aye. So what? Before we, where can folk find your wee monsters?
On my table right
Yeah,
here.
no, but where can they find them
I do have
to
an
buy them?
Etsy
They're
shop.
no, we're giving them out your address so that they can all pitch up at the caravan.
I've got a wee card here with
Oh.
social
Oh,
media,
well,
but it's
that's
probably
fine.
too wee.
We'll put it right
So
up.
there's
I'll put
an-
it online as
There's
well.
an Etsy shop, or they can message me on my Instagram or my Facebook.
Which is? Let's see, it's etsy.com/UK shop /Pabloona Designs. Facebook is facebook.com/Pabloona Designs. Funny that. Instagram /Pabloona Creations _creations.
That's where I got confused and I changed the name. you see.
Yeah,
Not
which
very
isn't a bad
consistent.
thing.
Consistency isn't my strong point, really.
no.
Never has been.
So, Don, how's life, pal? We've been keen skaters for a while, not seen you for months, and he'd a pitch up with all my shite and say, right, you want to do a podcast?
Talk
Come on, just do a podcast.
Aye, pure hassles me into it. I'm like, there's not really room in here. There's too many dogs stoating about, humping each other. You think?
Sorry, I'm still fucking about with the camera.
So yes, skating has taken a back seat.
How?
Just busy doing other stuff.
You live closest to the fucking only skate park that's left in Scotland, and it's taking a back
Right,
seat.
well tell me, why are you not going to the skate park anymore?
Because I have too much going on with work, family, and I just cannot afford to get hurt. Now, people have said, James, just go and take it easy. I can't fucking just go and take it easy because I'm like, well, if he can do that, this old bastard can do that, and this old bastard can't do that. So I fall and hurt myself a lot.
Exactly.
So I can't afford to get hurt, or else I would be there weekly and I'd still have the weighing going because I did that thing where Claire and I got together. I got the boys interested in skate parks, and then I gave it up. So now they're constantly, when have we got to skate park again? When have we got to skate park again? And I'm like, I can't go because if I go, I'll not take
You'll
it easy.
act like a fanny.
I'll act like a fanny. Correct. Yes.
Well, that's what I did last time I went.
Oh,
I
you
was
acted like a fanny, did
I
you?
was like, I can go down that big ramp. I used to go down that big ramp. I've
Aye.
not been here a couple of years, but I can. And it was very painful.
Coccyx?
Yes, it was. Right on the coccyx. And I also jarred my shoulder as well as I put my hand down. And I was very thankful that nothing snapped.
Well, the last one for me was my ribs. I tried to side surf along the coping and then back in. And then I went up the other side at the wee ramp at the back of Unit 23. And then I was side surfing in, got the fear at the top of the tiny wee ramp, the tiny wee fucking ramp. Got the fear at the top, said, no, I'm not going in. But I obviously went too far and you're
Your
going
body
fucking
was
in. My
already
body
going in.
was halfway there. My legs had stopped and I fell right on my fucking
Ouch.
wrist guard into my ribs. So that was the fucking end of that. And that
Do you
that
not
one.
remember the huge clatter when I went with you and Kev?
Probably.
Loading Bay, and we were going up onto that wee bit to stall.
The loading bay,
and I
aye.
went flying. And then I left 5 minutes later. You're like,
Aye.
you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine.
I'm fine. You greeting in the car all the way home.
I was so sore.
I think Zone 74, that was a shame that place went away.
Yeah, we had
That was
some good
fucking
fun
really
there.
nice.
That
It was good because it was dead easy. It wasn't like you felt like you had to do mad shit.
No.
You could just relax and
It was
skate
a nice
around.
wee vibe, and there was lots of nice wee
Aye.
different bits in it.
And we lost that, and then Loading Bay opened right enough.
And then the one in Edinburgh, that's gone as well, hasn't it?
Aye, but
That was pish.
well, look, it was a place to skate. But aye, it was pish.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot there.
Aye. I didn't want to speak bad of the place though, because it is a place to skate. It was a place for
I
bairns to
take
learn.
it it's all just dismantled now then.
I don't know. It's how they had the rink there as well. And I mean, I often thought that the guy that owned it, Ken, should maybe have no bothered with that wee circus ring because that's what it was about the size of a circus ring.
Aye,
Yeah.
it was tiny.
Skaters need space, everything like that. Always thought he would have done so much better if he'd have built 2 skate parks or, made both the whole bit a skate park. But then they had to keep open that walkway. They weren't allowed to cover up the walkway because that was a walkway to the car park. So he did what he could with the space, I think.
Yeah.
But a lot of the hardcore skaters would say to you, "Aye, it was total shite," and a lot of the hardcore roller skaters that want to go, we could skate round in circles really fast and stuff like that would say, "Aye, the circus ring was shite." But do you know what? It was what it was.
So why do you think they're all closing then? What's that all about?
You just cannot afford it. It's like me. I've looked at opening a rink so many times, but the cost of opening a rink is just.
Is it like health and safety?
Aye, if you're not funded, if you're not funded for this game, it's no the health and safety or anything like that. That's the easy stuff because it's free. It's just paperwork that you're dealing with. The hardest thing is the cost of renting the space because you need a big space. You can't, get a wee building. So you can be in and up to 250,000 a year for a half decent size place. And if you want that to be in a city, that 250 is now 500,000. So you're caught between a rock and a hard place. You need it to be in a city because you need the crowd, right? So if you have it outside the city, it's still £200,000, but then nobody will come to it because it's not on the doorstep. If it's inside the city, it's £500,000 minimum for a decent size space. Then you have to heat that for people to come to. You have to put in all the bits and pieces, which your electricity and everything goes through the roof. I was told recently that one of the ice rinks was costing £45,000 a quarter just to keep the ice. Never mind anything else to do with the building. £45,000 a quarter for ice. So if it's not subsidised, then it's just not going to work.
But then you look at like Unit 23, which is the most successful one. It is out with the city.
Yeah.
People are willing to travel. They don't actually heat it. They've got a coal burner
in the middle
the
of
cafe bit.
You
but
don't
the
need
halls are
heated.
freezing in the winter, and it's great. Though. It's fine.
Because you always get hot and sweaty when you're skating anyway. So, Yeah, aye,
To
no,
me, the
that's
worst
the
problem in
perfect
there
place.
is the summer because it gets too
Too
hot
hot,
in it. But
yeah.
even at that, it's still mobbed, so that's perfect there.
Well, it's
for
mobbed because it's the
sussed.
only one.
Aye, that as well. so
But then
it's
again,
busier.
Chick will tell you yourself, in the summer it's no so mobbed.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
People can go outdoors. in
People can go
Scotland then.
outdoors, and there's
Yeah.
a lot of them, as you know. They're everywhere, the outdoor parks. And some of them are fucking brilliant.
Yeah,
be
there
fair.
are good ones.
The rinks, though, I mean, the reason I still only do the mobile is because of the cost of the building. The buildings are too fucking expensive. So I'm getting Alzheimer's now, I'm repeating myself.
We need to get you to Greenock though.
It's difficult. It's difficult. There's only one of me. If I had 2 or 3 people that could do what I do on a daily basis at one of these, because people only see the disco,
Yeah.
Don, and they don't see all the emails, they don't see all the fucking messages you get, the phone calls, the dealing with places that you're hiring, the setting up the events, everything like that. And there's only me. That shit's
I mean, I know I did come with you
once, aye,
We did
and you've
two-
seen the whole day.
Oh God, aye.
Aye.
There's a lot. There's a
Aye,
lot.
the loading of the van, the travelling, the unloading of the van. You can't leave your stuff in the van in case it gets nicked, so you've got to find somewhere to store it. And
then even just the setting up, getting
Aye.
everything in and all the wiring and taping
Aye.
the wires down.
and because these places that you're hiring have haul costs, you're on a fucking time limit because you're paying by the hour, and they like to charge you by the hour, you know. And so it's fucking quick, get it in, get it set up, right? Disco, fucking yeah, everyone's happy, right? Stress, get it out, you know. It's
and
like
it's a lot. It's like even the queue out the door,
Aye.
and you're doing one at a time, hiring out skates to
Skates,
people and
yeah.
all that, and trying to stash it all and organise it. No, it's a lot. So
The
yeah, so
animals
you just
come
need to come to Greenock and do all that and go over it.
Aye, where? I think this cat's going to pull down the camera. Sorry, man, you're away. Have you just come to say hello?
Hey Stan.
Yeah.
I think he's probably wanting fed. Too many animals in here.
There's a lot of animals in the house.
There's a lot.
And the Wayne, looking at the time, is now texting you saying, "Where are you?"
I can hear her ringtone will happen. She's not rung me yet.
Kim,
I
what
don't
we should
think.
have done, we should have Bluetoothed you into the thing, and then when she phoned you, aye,
Like,
put her
"Hi,
live on
hello,
camera.
child." She was a good skater.
Aye, bloody good, by the
Yeah.
way. Why
She's
did she
just-
stop?
Again, it was COVID.
Yeah, COVID.
She kind of came away from the skate park thing, and she was going to the kids' roller derby.
That's
up in
right, aye,
Glasgow,
aye.
And then COVID happened, and she just at that age where the wee break from it.
Aye, was
know,
enough to say,
that's
right, this isn't cool
17
anymore.
now, and it's not cool. So
She was shit hot to, and I mean close to the point where I was going to sponsor her.
that's right.
Close, and I thought, here's a kid that could take this to the next level because she was that good, eh? But
Brilliant. She went to gymnastics for years, so that
This is it,
just
that-
blended into it, cartwheeling into
Dawn.
the holes and all that.
that's the thing when you're in your 50s and you look at all these Michelle Steelins and all these fantastic people that have got all these mad skills. People didn't realise that a lot of them have been involved in gymnastics in their
That's
life.
the background.
So you think, oh, you're fucking, I can put skates on and go and do that. No,
You need
No.
that core strength.
you need that core strength. And Una had it.
She had it.
If some of the kids have really got it, I mean, the wee guy that runs about with the duck on, he said, forget his name, Fabian or something like that.
Yeah.
Another
Yeah.
very, very skilled young man on inlines. Fucking brilliant.
I mean, that's the thing with skating. I love it, and
Aye.
I did love it, and it's great.
Still love
but
it. You just
uh-huh.
didn't go so much.
I don't go so much, but
Aye.
I get a lot of enjoyment from it. But I'm not brilliant at it. It's just something I loved doing.
Yeah.
It was fun, and I could recognise there's people with real skills,
Yeah.
whereas I just enjoyed doing it. It was a
Enjoyed
laugh.
watching, enjoyed in the
Aye.
background, because we always had a laugh in the background watching
Uh-huh.
and the
Oh.
dynamics of things, and then dare we the politics that we witnessed and stuff like
Yes.
that. That was
There was always a lot going on.
there was aye
So
because
You
the
could
biggest,
stop by in your Take a Break magazine and
Yep.
just watch all that.
I'm going to say something to this camera. Skating belongs to everybody. It is not fucking yours. It is not fucking mine, and it is not fucking hers. It's everybody's. It was there before me, you, her, everybody, and it'll be there when we're all fucking gone. You do not own it, motherfucker. I don't know who needs to hear that, but
But
someday.
it's true.
It's true.
It's there for
Yeah.
everyone, and everyone brings their own thing to it, and they take their
But
own
some
thing
folk
from
own it. Some folk, it's theirs.
Yeah, some people do feel that. But
I know.
it's
And
nonsense.
see the amount.
But it's like wherever you
I'm
go,
dying to get a fucking bitch fest going here, by the way. But aye, it's like any niche sport.
uh-huh,
Aye, there's those that own it.
It's one of those things. But
Okay.
as I said, there's always room for everyone, every skill level, everybody. Just
Yeah.
get in amongst it and enjoy it, and that is what it's about.
As long as you like certain people's stuff and share certain people's stuff.
Yeah, it's that.
Of course. Yes.
But
And
that's what I loved
be
about.
part of a group.
See the ethos of roller derby, where there's space for everyone. So even if you don't want
Yeah.
to skate, you can go in and ref, or you can
Yeah.
do off skates things, and there's room for everyone just to be in amongst that and enjoy it, and dip in and out as much as you want. And
Derby's
that's-
very good for that, actually, aye.
And I loved that whole ethos. So you didn't have to be the best skater, because you could be really useful doing other things.
Doing other things,
Yeah.
aye. Just even like track repair, simple thing like that,
Aye,
putting the track
totally.
down. NSO, and we've got a lot of parents for the team, the kids team now, that are all NSO, and I mean they're all doing it. I mean, there's the whole NSO at our last game was all parents, you know, and our head NSO is another parent, you know, and he's doing the, you know, the scoreboard and everything like that. It's phenomenal.
Well, I mean, I know that I never actually like competed in any of the bouts. Like, I
Aye.
would like just in training or whatever, but I did the most important job
Which
at one of
was?
the bouts. It was making vegan cakes and selling them on the cake stall.
Fucking vegans.
So, did I tell you I'm vegan, by the way? Yeah. So yeah, that was the most.
I'm a
important
vegetarian.
thing. Are you?
And the amount of people that say you can't have this, you can't have that because you're vegan, aren't you? And
Ah.
I'm at the point now where I hate vegans because I'm a vegetarian.
You're not a vegetarian. You're just a vegetarian.
I'm just a vegetarian, right? Okay. And all the time, like Claire, the boys will say, "No, I'm fucking vegetarian, man."
So do they all eat meat then?
They all eat meat. Aye. I even cook it now and again for them. Goes against what I'm thinking, but
Did you notice the wee stove on my veranda there?
yes.
That's where I cook the meat for the dogs. We don't cook meat in here, so
Aye, which is,
one of the dogs isn't too well, so I have to cook her chicken thighs
but
so they get cooked out there
but how? You're vegan. How can you even cook it?
for my dog. I would do anything for my dogs, but that's why it happens outside, because I don't like the stank.
Right. I hate the smell of chicken. See, when you, like, because Claire feeds the dogs, again, the dogs eat chicken thighs, and that's, when you open that, or if it doesn't get frozen quick enough, holy shit, man.
I do it all outside, so
It's like death.
it doesn't come in here. Well,
All right.
until it's cooked, and then it's in a Tupperware in the fridge, but it gets handled outside.
Fucking vegan cooks meat.
What are you meant to do? The amount of vegans that feed their animals meat anyway, but
Yeah,
they think
true.
it's alright 'cause it's out a tin, but it's the same thing, isn't it?
Same thing, aye.
But
yeah.
I know it is. I don't enjoy doing it. It's quite a recent thing, just for my dog's health. But
Yeah.
it has to be done.
Right. Speaking of health, I'm going to take it on to mental health because that's what this podcast is about a lot, and it's not that you have any mental health issues. Fart, burp. Contain yourself. It's. What do you think of the whole mental health society at the moment, Don? Because I know you've got a lot of good opinions that I like to hear when we discuss things and stuff like that, and you were hitting on a lot of stuff through there, which is quite nice to hear you talk about. What's your thought on this whole mental health thing at the moment?
I do think that the powers that be and like the NHS and all that totally failing
Yeah.
everyone on
Uh-huh.
it. The work I do with a local charity, a lot of it is
Yeah.
centred around like community art workshops, mental health.
Yeah.
You know, people that aren't in the mainstream, people
Yeah.
that need some kind of diversion. So there's all sorts of classes get run. Like I do pottery, and I do an over 60s class
Right.
on a Friday morning, and a lot of these people actually are just coming out after COVID. Like their mental health really suffered, and
Sexuality coming out, or
that as well.
Oh,
yeah.
that as
no,
well.
no, they're actually coming out their houses.
Oh,
a lot
right,
of these
just-
people have
just-
been stuck in for like 3 or 4 years,
yeah,
and they're really struggling with it. But yeah, I think there are huge issues going
Right.
on that aren't been, and there's waiting lists. Even kids in schools.
Aye.
I've worked with kids, that aren't attending school. I've done like, art with them and spoken to them, and they're not getting referred and helped. They're out of school.
Strange, aye.
They're coming to me. Like, I actually volunteered to work with some kids
Right.
because there was nothing else for them.
On that, see, it's funny hearing you say that because you're on the west coast. I'm over on the east, and we've got guys that are doing a thing in Livingston called the Scheme Livingston or the Scheme Livy. 2 lads for the scheme. These guys recognised what you were saying, that there's just nothing, and they've put in this filmmaking thing. They've got an art class going now. They've got things where they do a writing class, a music class. We just did the filming thing, which blew me away. It's the first thing I've ever got in about, and I went to it because I've went through that thing in my life where I did the drugs, and that when I was young, as many men do, on the back of fucking trauma and shite that I grew up with, straight into drugs, everything like that. Didn't get in the military, so I was like, right, fuck this, I'm just going to get out my tits like everybody else. So then had Burns, and then you go for Burns, all right, I can't take the drugs now, or the alleged drugs, and you go on to drink. So I spent fucking another 10, 12 years being a drinker, and then you get through that, and then you stop drinking, you stop smoking, and I found myself fucking lost at 50, say, right, 49, 50, oh fuck, I'm 51. Right, and the reason I'm stumbling with that is because I said when I was 50 I'm going backwards, so I'm technically 51, but I'm saying I'm 49. Because I want to count the clock back, didn't we? But anyway, I feeling lost at this age because I don't smoke, don't take any of the party stuff, don't drink anymore. And then what I did was, after the drinking phase, put myself into work. So it was fucking work, 7 days a week, crazy hours, as we've spoke about with the discos, crazy hours with a cleaning thing, again, that came from COVID. Should never have had a fucking cleaning thing, but it came out of COVID, you know what I mean? So I ended up, when COVID stopped, I'm getting busy in 2 jobs, and because this motherfucker couldn't say no, I was finding myself working 10, 12, 15 hours a day, every day. So I stopped the drink, the drugs, the drink, and then worked. But now I'm starting to calm that down because I found Claire and the boys, and I feel like families are really important. Now I feel lost because I've got fucking nothing. And that's how I found the local community thing. That's why I did that. So it's good to hear that sort of stuff's over here as well,
and
needed.
It sounds like the same thing. It's Rig Arts that I work with, and they've got like a rock school. Just now they've had all the local kids coming in, put bands together. One of the bands, 2 young girls, in fact my daughter was at school with one of them, they supported the Vaselines 2 weeks ago, like up in Mono in Glasgow. And excellent. The rock school's on every week. They're getting all these kids in, teaching them drums, bass, guitar, singing, songwriting. And
I mind when I did something for the Galashans through here, the disco that didn't work because it pushed down the rain and it was outside. But anyway, that aside, there was a company, Oi Musica, that came and did something. A wee shout out to Oi Musica at Portobello. But they were over and they did a lot of work over here in the schools.
Oh yeah, were they teaching the kids in the samba
brass
band
and samba bands, stuff
still
like
do
that? Still do that
year.
over
I don't know
here,
if it's the same people, but they've still got the samba band
still got it going.
The parade. But they do like music. They've got a film school as well, so they've
brilliant.
made films. They made a horror film. They showed it in the local cinema.
Right.
Just loads of stuff.
And
Songwriting.
what's that organisation called then?
Rig Arts.
Rig Art, and is that Gourock or Greenock?
That's in Greenock.
Greenock Rig Arts. So check them out. Check them out. Go support them. If you've got money, dump them.
There's loads going on there, and they do amazing work.
Right, and is that all funded? Is that
they're a charity. So
complete charity.
They have to apply for funding all over the place. So,
brilliant.
Yeah, and they draw in funding, and then they put on workshops for the community, and it's all free.
And do you get paid for that, or do they assist you to do it? Or
they have like a core staff in Rig Arts, and then they use freelance artists like myself. Brilliant. So we get drafted in to do the classes. So
and do you do T-shirts? You should do T-shirts.
I mean, I know they have done in the classes, tie-dye stuff and printing stuff and all that.
So I've just found that there's a local charity near me that there's nobody does T-shirts locally, but they've started in it as to help fund them because, again, they're having to apply for funding all the time, getting knocked back left, right and centre. So they've put in this T-shirt printing thing where that's helping to fund their office, the costs of the building and stuff like that, which is fantastic.
Different things. Last year, we were doing pottery classes in the kiln.
See, who'd have fucking thunk we'd have spoke about this?
The kiln wasn't working, so this was hilarious. So we really needed a new kiln. I'm doing ceramics classes and we couldn't get the work fired. We were having to take it up to Glasgow and it was breaking on the way. Yeah. And then randomly my front door wasn't working and this guy came to measure up my front door and he's chatting away. What is it you do? Work for Rig Arts. Oh, is that a charity? I'll come and do a fundraiser for you.
Brilliant.
And I went, what is it you do? And he said, well, my name's Gordon Armour. And I was like, is your mother Mary Armour?
Right.
He said, that's right. Local, really well-known, renowned psychic.
Right,
so, good old Gordon, he came on, put on a psychic evening in the studio. We
Brilliant.
filled all the seats. Everybody loved it, and we raised the money to buy a new kiln. Doing
Brilliant,
that,
eh?
it was
Good.
cracking.
Yeah.
And he says he'll come back and do another one, but what a laugh it was.
It's good, like it's good.
Yeah.
It's good when you get people willing to do that, eh?
And it is like the building that it's in. You would love it. It's like an old tobacco warehouse.
Oh,
It's
right.
an ancient old down by
Loads
the
of
docks.
character and
And it's like 5 stories high, huge big open
wow,
like floors in it. There's a big cage lift for bringing everything up.
Ski-
Steeped in history.
aye,
And see, during the war, they used it as barracks for all the
wow,
servicemen. So there's like mentions on the windows, like
Aye.
Lieutenant so and so from.
all right.
Aye, and
It's
there's
still
all
there,
signs,
still
it's all
preserved.
there.
Aye.
The
Do they
histories
preserve
are-
it, or is it just
It's
there?
just there. It's just
Just-
written on the woodwork.
Wow.
You know, it's an amazing building, but it is creepy as.
Next time you're there, you need to take some photos.
I'll get some pictures of
Definitely,
it.
that'd be cool to see.
It is
I
amazing.
noticed on the way in the day as well. There's a fucking ship almost up in the road.
Is that the cruise ship in?
Is that what that is?
Aye, the
Aye.
cruise ships come into
I'm
Greenock.
driving all. What the fuck is that?
All
What?
summer, they're huge as
Massive,
well.
aye. And
I see them from a window. Some of them like,
Aye.
toot their
I've
horn,
seen some of
or
the
they
photos.
play wee tunes as they go down the river.
oh,
It's
was it the
hilarious.
Disney one?
Aye,
Was
the
it you that
Disney
shared
one.
that?
I don't think I shared
Ah,
it,
but
but aye,
they
the
had
Disney
one
one
playing fucking
was
Disney.
right past my window,
Brilliant.
like, playing its wee tune.
Aye.
Aye, there's.
So what else is there up here for folk to do?
Well, it's a pretty place. I mean,
It
there's
is, aye.
loads. Right where I am in Gourock, you can jump the ferry, go over to Dunoon. There's Largs, Millport, Rossie, all the wee islands.
No far from here. I have a
Not far
disco
from
in
here.
here, Don. You could
Ah.
travel down to that.
I was down there yesterday.
You and Una could come and help me.
I would love to do
Claire
that.
and I were there the other day, and we had to get this wee kid in to help us, who did a fucking fantastic job.
Yeah.
Aye, brilliant. I'm no. You come and skate. Didn't you need help?
Aye, I'd
Didn't
be
you
up
need
for
help?
that. Let me know next time it's on.
Once a month, by the way. You know, follow
Really?
my social media, no?
I do see it, but I hadn't really twigged.
Shameless
so
plug.
it's only about an hour, just over an hour from
Is it an
here
hour
to
for you?
there.
Aye.
Because I went down yesterday, my folks were picking up their new car.
Nice.
So I drove them down, I got a free coffee out.
Aye.
And then
When did you get that car?
That wee one,
Aye.
that's my mum's old car.
Perfect.
So it's for Una. That's
It's
for
for
Una to
Una.
learn. That's her car.
Who hasn't phoned you?
She hasn't phoned yet.
Is it on ringing? Will we hear it?
I
Or
don't
did you?
know.
Were you a good guest and switched
It is
it off?
on, but I don't know if we'll hear anything with these stupid,
Oh, no, you would hear it.
stupid headphones on. Oh my god, what's he done?
What's wrong with
It's
who?
like, I don't see you for like 2 years, and then you come in and start throwing all your shite about and making me wear headstones. Headstones?
Fucking headstone.
Look at my headstones.
I know. I was trying to get you on camera because you're a friend.
And I'm like,
I like my
"Don't-
friends to be
don't
part
do
of what
this
my.
to me."
This is crazy shit that I do, and I like my friends.
That's what I'm
'cause
humouring
It's
you.
like when I get Alzheimer's or dementia or something like that. Somebody can show me, and I can laugh and joke and dribble at my
And you
fucking
go,
chin.
that's the one with the headstones
Aye,
on.
aye,
right?
mind that fucking hippie lassie I used to ken. And
We
okay.
went down our caravan
Oh,
and our dogs were
aye.
humping each other.
Yvonne, I think her name was.
That's my new name.
Aye.
I'll need to get a wee name badge for
I've been
you
calling her Yvonne all morning.
there. Yes, I'll get a name badge next time I see you.
Yes.
That's
What-
why
what-
you've got a younger lady to keep you right now.
Yes,
haven't you?
aye. Well, I'll
Yes.
need somebody to wipe my arse when I'm old and
Well,
decrepit.
next week, aye.
Next week, oh, cheers.
Fart. How old are you now?
49.
So,
Just fucking tell you that. Is he dementia? You can't be
62,
worried
was
about
it?
me.
Aye.
No, fuck no. 62, man.
So what year were you born?
1972. April 1972. It's old when you hear some of the kids saying their birthday and it's like 2020, and I'm like,
You're
what?
like, how's that
Fucking,
possible?
how's that possible? Aye, 20
You're
what?
amoeba.
Aye,
I know I turned 50 this year, and that was very
Yeah.
strange.
aye.
I suddenly feel like an old fart, and I do tell people I'm old all the time. I'm too old now.
No, we're just getting into the prime of life, Stone.
It's
That's
a good
what it
excuse.
is.
So, talking about old, I do need a pish again. It's like-
Go and push. I'll talk push while you're away.
I might check my phone as well to make sure the child hasn't.
We should have connected it into that, and you could have.
What, the
could
toilet,
have-
so you could hear me
No, no, the
pishing?
fucking no. Please don't. We had an issue with that on the filming thing the other day. There was a lassie says because she was all mic'd up. She was like, "I hope you couldn't hear me pissing in there." No, fuck no. Like I'll pad while you're away. Right, she's away for a push. I'm messing with your monsters. You're all right. I'll not hear nothing. I've got the headphones on. You don't need to run the tap or anything. Do. I should play a wee tune, a wee advert.
James and Alan. Two men shooting the shit. As we dismantle Shit Creek, trying to rescue fellow humans from the jobbies.
And a note from our sponsors.
The Fly Fifer and Just Another Monkey podcast.
Talk is cheap.
Let's talk. The Fly Fifer.
Oh.
Oh,
Hurry up, we're not recording nothing of that.
are you not recording just now?
Aye, of course I'm recording. I didn't edit nothing, so I have to keep it rolling while you're away. I'll maybe cut this bit, I don't know. Oh, there you go. Mum, come and pick me up. It's raining. See if you're phoning her, we're going to Bluetooth her in.
She'd go nuts.
She'll not know.
Teenager.
She'll not know.
She's saying, are you still at home? What time was that? Half 1. 15 minutes ago. This is what happens when you're a parent of a teen.
Yes.
Got an on-call taxi service. Although it is her car.
It is her car, given to you, donated by the parents for your child.
Just sort my cushion for my elderly posterior.
So what else can we talk about, Don? We were touching on mental health. How's your head these days? All right? These days, like there was an issue before. I didn't mean it like that. There wasn't an issue before.
Yeah, I'm just quite a calm, steady person. Yes.
Yes.
I don't really tend to get too overexcited about much.
Good.
Well, the only time I get overexcited is when my dogs aren't well.
Aye.
Apart from that, as long as everyone's fit and healthy, we've got food in the fridge.
Hey, you're back. You can hear us now. Aye, so you didn't really know much.
Right, my child's asking when I'm coming.
Oh. Phone her.
What?
Bluetooth her in. Phone her. Nah, it takes too long to set up. You take your phone her from my phone.
My headphones are going.
It's all that hair, Don hair.
Oh, I need to fix this right. In a bit. When are you coming? In
Doing a
bit? Is
podcast right now.
that vague enough? Right? Get too much hair.
Don hair has too much hair.
You've still got a bit of hair for an old guy.
Doing alright, eh?
Aye,
Doing alright. Never be bald.
that's all right.
Okay.
I remember you had your afro for a while.
Oh, afro.
That was cool.
Did you like that?
Aye.
That was
That
COVID.
was
I
good.
grew that through COVID, eh?
Yeah.
And then I got
remember
it
that.
shaved off. I actually wanted to really go fucking tonto with that and just grow and grow and grow and grow just to see what would
See
happen.
where
Yeah.
it would end up.
But then it was going all mad grey and fucking wiry,
That's
and it was
cool.
actually sore. It was hurting my head. It was hurting my scalp.
Shop.
Do you think I should do it?
Aye, definitely.
I might do it again. As long as I can shave the sides and just grow the
I was
top.
going to say, or even just grow the top
It,
up and
it
see where it
fucking
goes.
goes into something mad, doesn't it?
Aye, your hair is totally mental.
Aye, I think it's like that fucking Jim Morrison character. His hair was mental like that and just went all over the place.
Uh-huh.
Wish I had that boy's looks. Yeah.
Right, she's saying, okay, text me when you leave. Right, I think I'm off the hook for another 10
I don't want to
minutes
keep you
anyway.
too long. We didn't need to keep this going too
That's
long. We
alright,
can
we've
make it a
still
wee
got
short
lots of
one. What?
Okay, road to eat anyway.
Aye. That's how you... Oh, for fuck's sake. Honestly.
You're with the professionals now, James.
So I see. Normally I sit and do these things with Alan. If you watched any, you would be like, where's the big guy? You normally do it with, but Alan's busy the day doing bits and pieces, and
What does Alan talk about then?
it's more shite than us. He's good at it. He can talk shite for hours, and he'll tell you that. I'm not saying nothing untoward about him. He'll keep the shite flowing. Fucking good time. But he'll get inside your head though. He's good at that. He's fucking good at it. He's really good at fixing people that have got like wee issues and stuff. Really good at it. You finished it?
I think, do you not think though sometimes people are just very, very sensitive about what the other people round about are thinking?
And the best it is, you're right, aye. But you shouldn't give a fuck what anybody thinks, because probably they're not thinking nothing about you. That's how
There
I
is
see
that.
it. Aye.
And also there
That's
is...
very big on social media just now.
What?
About not caring what other
other
people think of you. There's a lot of these memes coming up that are all about that. Because they're right though. You know, look at like the hassle I had with the skating in the early days. I used to get panicky that I wasn't doing the right thing all the time.
And
But
you can't keep people happy.
But then I used to do what I thought everybody wanted, and then they come to turn up.
That's what I mean. So you can't.
So I
please
just had to
people.
focus on what I was doing and say, no, I'm not doing that, I'm not doing this. You're right, you can't please everybody all
No.
the time. Not
And
at
I
all.
think fair enough. See if it's someone close to you
Mhm.
that is like acting in a way that you don't like or
Yeah.
whatever. Fair enough, sort that out. But see if it's somebody that is irrelevant, don't get hung up about it.
I don't.
You just need to step aside, step back, learn to. That's what I've learned over the years. I've learned when to just step back and go,
Aye.
nah,
Thanks,
I don't
but
need,
no thanks.
I
and
don't need that, and then don't
sorry, I've
think
tried.
about it.
I'm away. Aye.
Whereas with close friends and family, obviously that's a bit more difficult. But
Yeah.
with other people, you've got enough going on with your dynamics of your close people. You can't let those on the outskirts affect you.
Yeah. If only it was that easy, though. That's the thing. It's easy for us to sit and think. I think
Yeah.
you need to. It's an age thing.
That
It's once you get to
definitely.
a certain age, you start thinking, well, it doesn't really matter a fuck.
No.
And it doesn't. I mean, I'm plagued by family, like my mother, for, oh, you've got to work, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. And I'm like, Jeannie, I've just worked fucking 8 days solid. I'm stopping for a week because I've just done a week and a half solid. Ah, but you've got to work. I am working. I'm just taking this week off because I've worked for fucking a whole week and a half. Or things like that. You know, it's pressure of other people round about you, innit?
And it's like people don't make allowances for who you are. It's
Aye.
like I've got a twin sister. I've got
Yeah,
an older
yep,
sister as well, and they are completely different people from
Yeah.
me. They operate in a completely different level.
Aye.
There's no wrong or right. That's just how they operate. So they've both got full-on,
Uh-huh.
full-time jobs, big houses, nice cars.
Yeah.
You know, they're always
Lots of debt for the big houses and nice
well,
cars, though.
Probably
Aye,
that
probably.
as well, and they go on their nice holidays and they do all that. I'm not interested in that, so I don't need that pressure and that work ethic.
It's
for
funny.
what-
It's like we were saying about Alan there, right? That was one of the things he got into my head to help me with was the work thing. He was like, dude, slow down. You're going to fucking die. And he was like, what good are you did? He was like, so if he says, what money do you actually need to survive? He says, see, when you stop, he was like, you'll be surprised at how much you actually need to get by. And it's true. Put it at the back of your hair so it
I
stops
think that's it.
bottom off. And it is true. If we stop and we didn't buy the big flash car, we didn't go the fucking crazy holidays, because a family for years I've been like, yous are fucking mental. 2 and 3 grand to go lie on a beach or walk about a town that's got the same shite we've got out here. It's just got the sun out.
Exactly.
Look at the summer we've just had. I'm sorry, a lot of people have said it's been shite. I went on holiday for 3 weeks and it was fucking glorious, the 3 weeks. Yes, it rained. I live in fucking Scotland.
Exactly. See, as long as it's warm and you've got a waterproof.
Aye,
And you see,
exactly.
when it's raining, it's so lush and green. You
Correct.
couldn't be anywhere more beautiful than
Exactly.
Scotland.
Exactly.
So we need it to rain.
Yep.
But yeah, it's like, what do you want all this money for?
Yeah.
It's-
And that's what I was working for. I work. I've got to have this. I've got to have that. The bank balance has got to be this. It's got to be that. Fucking means
it's
nothing.
like, why?
You know, the fucking justice systems took all my money the last year.
Well, exactly.
You know what I mean? They fancy holidays, and nothing. I gave it away to get the bairn. You know, who gives a fuck? What are you struggling? Put it at the back and then pull them right
Is that
down.
it?
I don't know. Can you hear?
I don't know.
Oh, you're talking to your mic.
Oh, I can hear it now. Can you hear me?
You don't need to shout, honestly. This thing is amplified.
Is that right? I'll move it towards me so I can lounge. Aye, the whole money thing. It's society just pushing people.
Pushing us again.
That's what they're playing us all. Just totally playing us all. We don't need it.
What's the answer to it? But how do we get it out there to everybody that you don't need to work fucking day and night. You don't need that car. Walk, get the bus.
Do you know
Fucking
what?
buy an old banger.
The way things are just now, there is no answer to it
No.
because the government has us all right over a barrel,
Yeah.
and there are people now who are like working 3 and 4 jobs
Yeah.
just to pay rent, and they still can't put food in their cupboards.
Silly things. I was watched a podcast that was about the CSA the other day, and what their or CMS, whatever they want to fucking call themselves, and what they're doing to people, men in particular, and the money that they're taking off me. My own experience was 19% of my income before you pay a fucking single thing. You know, it's worked out on the top yearly salary. It's not worked out on once you've paid your rent, paid to get to work, everything like that. It's worked out on what you earn. It's fucking mental. No wonder guys are fucking no able to do it or no able to pay or have to stop working.
Aye.
It's fucking nuts.
It makes it not
So
worth
all
it.
these different little systems, like you're saying, the government systems, it's all fucking broken.
Oh, Oh, yeah.
What do we do, though? We're just we've just got to make the best, muddle in.
Seriously, I don't think there is anything that
Anyone.
we can do. Like,
Aye.
back in the day, heads would have rolled.
Correct.
That's how
Aye.
things got done. But
Yeah.
obviously, we're not going to do that, so nobody's
That's
got a plan B, have they?
Because we've all learned that it doesn't matter who, not that I vote, not that I
No,
don't
I
suppose
don't
you
vote.
vote either,
No,
but
no.
we don't vote because we've learned that it's pointless.
It's pointless, and there's nobody there worth voting for.
Yeah,
They're
and
all
it doesn't matter who
corrupt.
you vote for anyway, because
No.
it'll fucking,
The whole thing's
it'll be the same
rigged.
thing, just a
Aye.
different gadget saying it, you know?
Exactly.
Aye.
It's so. I mean, it's laughable when you look at now, like Boris Johnson, Trump.
Aye.
We have cartoon characters
Yep.
put there as the poster boys, and I don't think for a minute they're pulling any strings.
Aye.
But that is just how much of a joke it is. The people that they're putting up there.
I couldn't even tell you who the Prime Minister is. I think it's the Asian boy,
Sunak.
Sadiq something, is it?
Is it Rishi Sunak?
Fuck
or
knows, there
something?
you go. Neither of us know because we didn't watch the mainstream
No,
telly
I
or
don't.
anything like that, so I couldn't tell you who the
No.
fuck the Prime Minister is right now. But my understanding is it's somebody that's not even been voted in.
Yeah, that's right.
Somebody
Aye,
that's
he's
just got it
inherited
'cause somebody-
hasn't he? Aye.
So what's this? Well, you've been voted the government to run the country. What, you can just fucking leave? You can just gear up. Wait a minute, no, you were the gadget that was going to do this, that, the next thing. How the fuck did they get to leave?
Who knows? And do you know the only reason I know that guy's name?
Aye.
Because on Facebook I'm in this group, and
Yes.
it's down in London. It's the guys that the road runners are cutting down
Oh,
all
the
the
ULEZ
cameras,
guy.
and that's the only
Brilliant,
reason
by
I
the
know
way.
the Prime,
Brilliant.
because they all are hating on him.
How long's before that happens up here? That needs to happen in Glasgow.
Do you know?
I thought it would have been happening up here, but you don't
Scotland
see.
has lost its balls totally.
Is that what it-
People
aye.
are just not doing it down there. They're really
They're up
going
against
for
it. Wales are fucking battling it. London, they're battling it. There just seems to be nothing up here, or nothing that we've found yet, I guess.
And I think down in London it's £12.50 a day to go in and out, whereas up here it's an instant like £60 fine, and then the second time you go they double it, and then the
Right.
third time they double it again.
What's that for, though? What, like,
Supposedly it's a clean air thing.
right? But
But-
fuck all's changing.
No, so how's that going to help clean up the
It's
air?
just another tax, eh?
It is. Like, I think
Motorists.
I've
or-
got an old van there, so
Aye.
my old van I pay over £300 a year in tax
Aye.
because it's got high emissions.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
to
yeah.
me that was my wee fine there, high emissions. But
Aye.
now I can't drive my wee old van into the cities.
Good job it's fucked.
It's not going anywhere anyway. But I can't drive
Can't. Yeah.
anywhere with it.
I think Shona for Fifth Blocker had said the last time I met her, Claire and I had went to roller stop for a skate about, a rare night off. What do you do? Go skating. And Shona had said that she can't even take her van to her work because of the low
Uh-huh.
emissions things.
No, it's
Fucking
crazy.
nuts, eh?
Like my wee van, it does go, but
Aye.
I'll be doing craft fairs like with my monsters. I've already
Right.
done one. But I'm using my daughter's car because I
Uh-huh.
can't actually. So it's business. It's
Yeah.
affecting businesses. I can't actually drive my stock into Glasgow. I have to borrow my daughter's car to go into
Daughter's car.
Glasgow. I
Can
know.
she drive it yet?
No,
No.
We tried.
How old is she?
she's 17.
She's 17, so
she's
she's
got a
getting lessons in
provisional.
that. Aye.
No, I
Nah.
took her out for a lesson. It was quite exciting.
I bet you.
It was.
I could imagine. Does
exciting.
Martin drive?
No,
No.
he doesn't.
Right.
But he's getting his provisional bike license.
All right. Okay.
And he's going to get a wee motorbike next year.
Right.
So that
Okay.
he'll be mobile. But the child, yeah, I took her out for a wee lesson. We were practicing the clutch control.
Aye.
We decided we'd have a wee shot in the street out there.
Right.
She was a bit
Should
concerned.
go to an industrial estate or something.
Well, we did the
More
first
space.
time.
There's not much space out there.
But then
for
they'd
fuck's
put the
sake.
barrier down, so I said, let's just try out here. So
Aye.
we went to the end of the road, and she'd already had a wee go, and she'd driven the length of the car park. Like, she hasn't tried to turn the wheel or anything, but
Aye.
she can make it
Stay in
go,
the clutch,
and she can
aye.
stop it. And I'm like, that's fine, we'll try out there. So she was saying, Mum, I think the steering wheel's pointing in towards the trees.
Aye.
And I said, we'll see when you start to get it to go, just gently straighten it, and we'll go straight up towards our place, right, no bother. So the next thing, she's hammering the accelerator, and she didn't gently pull it, she whammied it round. But her
You and Martin are
emergency
going to go to a
stop,
gig one night, and that car's going to be down in a ditch.
God, don't. Her emergency stop, that's what I said, you've ticked that box, your emergency stop was great, just before we whammied the neighbour's car.
Right.
So So we're
Fair
not going to
enough.
practice out there anymore.
Industrial estate, somewhere
Industrial
quiet.
estate.
There's lots of them round about. There's even a street, an abandoned street somewhere about here, I believe. I've seen
Up
it.
in Port Glasgow,
Yeah.
there's many streets. There's a school, there's a church. All
Is
the
it
urban
safe to drive about there?
explorers. No,
No.
I think you're likely to get a needle in your tire.
Is it as bad as that? Aye.
God, aye.
Aye.
Yeah.
Aye.
There's lots
That
of
was the
urban-
next thing I was going to say about locally up here. What's street life like up here?
Well, this is a caravan park. I
Yeah,
stay
yeah,
on,
yeah,
so
fair
it's
enough,
great
yeah.
Here, Gourock, a
Yeah.
nice wee area. Greenock, there's some quite lively
Aye.
areas. There's a lot of addiction problems.
Yeah, yeah. You see that with the
Greenock.
community thing.
Aye.
What was it called again? The charity
Rig Arts.
Rig Art. So
Yeah.
you see a lot of the community at that there.
There's a lot of So
Mm.
we've actually got a flat in one of the deprived
Right.
areas. So Rig Arts has the Broomhill Art Flat, it's called.
Right.
And I worked there before COVID. I worked in there like a lot, and it drew in people from the local
Uh-huh.
community. Great wee environment because it's just like an actual flat in a high flat. So
Right.
we'd like wee kitchen, and
Brilliant.
people would come in, coffee, toast, sit.
Something to eat,
and we'd-
lunch.
Aye,
Aye.
and we do like a wee creative activity.
So
in there.
important to have the communities
It
doing
was.
that because they're doing away with all these fucking community centres and that as well, eh?
Well,
You
that
know?
was like a proper. It's still going now. There's still
Good,
other
aye.
classes on, and we'd kids classes. So the kids, they would all come down in the lifts from the high flats and come in.
And did they
do
do any work
classes.
in the prison? Because you've got a prison up here, eh? So
Not that I know of,
Not
but I
as
know
many.
that there are artists that go in and out the prison, but not
good.
through like
because
charity.
the prison up here is the one that they go to just before release, I believe. So
Yeah,
I can't mind the
Gateside
terminology. Aye.
prison. Yep.
I think it's like at the end of your sentence. This is
Uh-huh.
you head up
I don't
here,
even
and then
know.
I think it's way up here that they do the thing where they get retrained to go back into the community
Right.
and stuff like
Uh-huh.
that. So a lot of day release and a lot of
I know that the prison that we have is an ancient old prison. So
Aye.
you see it, it's got the huge big red brick walls. and
Aye.
I don't really think it's fit for purpose.
Is it no?
either,
I've
but
never been in
they
it, so I
were-
wouldn't
there was
know.
talk
Aye.
of building like a new one, but it's not happened. But
Aye.
that prison, I think.
The local lads
that's
at the Scheme Levy, they go into Addywell, the local prison over there, so
Right.
they're trying to take some of what their charity into that to hopefully just, get guys talking, give them somewhere that they can head for once they get out if they're feeling a wee bit lost, which everybody does at
I know,
times.
and you think how difficult that must be,
Aye.
like coming out of prison long term.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
hard enough for people that are already in society
Aye.
trying to navigate, but imagine getting dropped back into this mess.
Did you look at? Have you watched any of these podcasts that we do?
Wee bits. and
Wee
pieces.
bits. Did you see any the Luke Mitchell one at all?
No,
That
no,
was
but
fucking really interesting, that one, man. And see, when I'd spoke to Sandra, or Dr. Lena, I have to call her Sandra. So when I spoke to her about that and we were setting it up, I started watching all these different clips, all these different podcasts about, holy fuck, there's a 14-year-old laddie, 20 years next April, who's been inside. I didn't think he's done it, Don.
no.
I don't think he's fucking done that.
I watched
just
the
seems-
documentary.
On Channel 5 or 4 or
Aye,
whatever one it
it's a
was,
few years
Murder in
ago.
a Small Town.
Yeah.
Even just watching that, it's like,
Aye.
nah, that
You're
boy's
like, what
not
is
done
that
it.
boy doing in
Aye.
there? It's-
Well, see, when you watch all these different other podcasts out there, there's James English, there's various crime detective ones out there, and see when you watch them all, there's loads for proving that he didn't do it.
Mhm.
I've yet to find one that's saying, no, he did do it, and this is how he did it. A 14-year-old laddie, right, now they're saying, because of the injuries the lassie had, right, this is just fucking for you and I with a conversation, the injuries that poor lassie had, the person doing it would have been covered.
Mhm.
This laddie was whipped away by the police within hours of finding the body, right, and had nothing on him. Nothing under his nails, nothing on any of his clothes, no trace, not even the slightest trace. A 14-year-old laddie, a criminal mastermind that can get rid of every trace.
Yeah.
I didn't fucking think so. His house, no trace in the house. Now they take the pipes and everything out and everything like that. They check everything. No trace, no DNA, no markers, no nothing. How the fuck does a 14-year-old laddie do that? Just on that wee bit alone. So there's been 2 victims in this case, her and him.
Oh, definitely.
Brutal. So
So
that
who's
means-
walking free then?
There's somebody fucking out there
Uh-huh.
that's did this crime, heinous crime, whatever you want to fucking call it, that's been left to wonder.
I mean, I know from watching it was a few years since I watched the
Aye.
documentary. I mean, they had theories. There were other people
Yeah, and the
drifting
picture,
about that were in the picture.
one of them was semen from this guy was on the fucking top she was wearing.
Exactly.
How the fuck was he no number one suspicious?
Exactly.
There was somebody, if you look at one of the stories, it's a bit crude, but somebody was found years later through getting caught for something else. His DNA was then matched with a condom that was found at the site with fresh semen in it at the time of the murder. And he was caught, his DNA pinged up years later. How the fuck? How's this laddie start? I think they've made that much of a fuck up, that much of a mistake that they've had to carry it on. Even all these years. That
They
boy
won't
should have been
back
out
down.
years ago.
Yeah.
Should have been out. But then again, who the fuck are we to decide that? Who the fuck,
And the
what do
thing
we know?
is, that probably if he'd just confessed,
But this is the thing.
he would have let
He would have
him
been out by years.
But
See
he
if he.
won't confess. So
that's the
why
thing.
would he be doing that?
That's exactly the thing. If that laddie even just wanted to get out of jail,
Mm-hmm.
could have just said, "Yep, it was me, hands up." He'd have been out fucking
been out,
8-9 years
But
ago.
they're hanging on to him.
He would have done all the wee things. He would have been through all the wee things that they want him to do, and he would have been out 8-9 years ago. But because he was like, "Nope, right, you're serving your fucking time," but now they're trying to keep him longer. You know what I mean? They're putting things in the way. This poor fucking
He's
laddie,
He's
he's
served
served
his time.
somebody else's time.
But then it's the whole media. Look at Russell Brand.
Exactly,
The
come
whole
on.
Trial by media nonsense.
Exactly, and that's happening to way too many people. And Luke was probably one of the first in this country to get pumped with trial by media. And look what they use it now. It's a tool to get fucking shot at you now. Yeah, it's mental. Like,
And it's just getting worse.
and here's us two cunts sitting in a caravan in Gourock talking about it. It's Gourock, isn't it?
That's
Aye,
good.
aye, aye.
Don't even know where you are.
No, half the time. That's a daily thing. I'm fucked up.
So what's your take on the Russell Brand thing?
It's just, there's been too many. You look at the Andrew Tate guy, I don't love nor hate that guy, but similar thing, him and his brother, they've got too big. They were pissing off Big Pharma, pissing off whoever, saying all the wrong things. Brand has just went down a similar path, saying all the wrong things about the wrong people, no towing a line sort of thing, getting too big a following, so it's starting to make people think. But if you look at the amount of people that are waking up now anyway, it's fucking phenomenal. And I say wakening up like the conspiracy theorists that I'll be called because of that. So fucking what? You know what I mean? Because I see it different. I don't think Russell Brand is guilty, because if he was guilty, why is it taking them 3 years? Why are they hiding the people that are accusing him? Why is the police not arrested him? Still not been arrested, I believe. I don't know that maybe he's been arrested in the last few days. No watching social, normal media.
I think it's gone quiet. I mean,
It's
I
gone
only
quiet.
ever saw it on
Right.
Facebook.
So it's
but-
utter bullshit then. It's bullshit. It's
Aye.
got to be bullshit,
making
or else
an
he would have been
example of
arrested.
him,
Aye.
basically.
He wasn't towing the line anymore.
I mean, I'm not really a fan of the guy, but
Well,
that's
yeah,
not
me
the way
neither.
to go about
No.
things.
Aye.
It's,
He'll be the first. He's seemingly, all of these different things that he's been chastised for now, he's seemingly, a lot of folk have said in podcasts already, well, he wrote about that. He
there's
talked
not a
about that.
secret.
He's not been secretive about his sex addiction, his drug addiction, any of them. He's been totally blasé about it in books. You know, it's not like we're dealing with a Mr. Savile here. You know what I mean? That went undetected. Here's a guy that's wrote about it years before fucking anybody pulled him up for it. But then part of me's like, well, is there method in that madness there? I know I've done wrong. I'm going to get fucked for this in the future, so I better... You know, that dark side of it, if you think, was there a dark mind behind that saying, right, I better out myself before I'm outed?
I mean, I'm honestly sitting in the fence about
Aye,
it. I have
yeah.
no idea, because there could be real victims
No,
involved, so you don't
fucking
want
yes,
to, which
yeah.
is a terrible thing to happen
Yeah.
to someone, so you don't want, so I would sit in the fence, but
Yeah.
all I'm saying is the way they're going about it is absolutely
It's
disgusting.
aye, trial by media, you know, and it's like everybody says innocent till proven guilty. You're no anymore. You're
No,
guilty until
no,
you
that's
can
the
prove
thing.
yourself
I mean, the guy's
innocent.
ruined. The
Aye, he's
guy's
fucked
ruined
now,
now,
aye.
aye, and they can just do that to
And there's
people.
so many like him. Who else? David Icke. Another footballer, I forget his name. He was the same. He spoke against the establishment, got all sorts against him. It seems to be the way.
It's funny though, because it's like you were saying about people waking up.
Yeah.
And I think after COVID, like, some
Yes.
people's views did change.
I think
but
that's hugely backfired.
but I also do
Yeah.
think that they'll push buttons
Arse is
again.
killing me, son.
And people will bend over again.
The
They
giant-
will. Aye, they just scare people. People are so easily swayed.
I didn't think they would get away with doing another lockdown again, but do you know what? I can't wait. I hope they fucking do it.
I hope they
Because I'll be first to listen, but we'll be fucking off.
Yeah.
Aye.
But you
disappearing.
think about the whole vaccination thing, and there's still people getting those vaccines
I know.
now.
My mother's one of them.
Yeah.
She was saying to me the other day, I'm like, Ginny, what the fuck? You're 81. What the fuck are you going for another one of them for? I says, what are they giving you?
Exactly.
And again,
It's
every time
scary.
she goes for it, she's ill. And I was like, look, stop doing it.
It's,
You know,
it's
give your
not
body a
helping
chance.
you, aye.
But then my mother's probably like maybe your family where they're in that world where the doctor knows best. And
Oh, that's it.
my mother rattles when you shake her. You know, she's on that many
Yeah.
fucking pills for the GPs. It's phenomenal.
See, my parents generally are not like that. Like, my dad's 80 now. My
Aye.
mum's in her late 70s.
Sorry, I'm looking at this because I haven't looked at it for a while. We're good.
And they have, that was the last vaccines, that's when they finally said, no,
Enough.
we've had enough. But my
Yeah.
mum wouldn't even take an aspirin for a headache.
Right.
But she gets sucked right. She was terrified by the
Yeah.
whole COVID thing.
Well, I got sucked in. I'll admit, I took the first one because I thought I wasn't going to get to work. That was the threat, and I needed.
remember talking to you
I
about that
remember
at the
we were
time.
talking about
Yeah.
it, and I was saying to you, I didn't come out today, but I actually thought we were. That's how much lies, how far it went with me. Somebody that's a conspiracy theorist still went and got that
Yeah.
jab because he thought he wasn't going to be able to
See
work.
how scary is that?
Aye,
Whereas I had the same thing. Like, I didn't know I was working in the charity,
yeah.
and I was asked by the head of the charity,
Have you had your
have you had it?
Yeah,
And what did I say? I said, I can't take it because I'm vegan.
aye. But they came out with a vegan option, did they not? It's probably
Not
what.
that I heard of.
Did they not?
No.
Ah.
So it was actually tested in animals, probably animal derivatives in it. So I
Yeah.
just said, well, I'm not taking it because it's vegan. But the real reason I wasn't taking it was because I was more scared of the vaccine
Yeah.
than COVID.
Yeah.
And I had COVID twice.
Aye, but
It's fine.
that was the thing. I had COVID, allegedly. Might just have the fucking cold, Don. Let's face it, because
Yeah.
it is just a fucking cold.
Yeah.
All right, it's a bit
It's a
maybe
bad one.
flu-like
Aye.
cold. You know, I mean, the flu's disappeared, the cold's disappeared. It's just everybody got COVID.
Exactly.
So fucking
Who knows what you had?
who knows? And if you did have COVID, then and you survived it, then you were one of the fucking better ones because you had the antibodies to fight it.
Oh, so I had it. The first time I had it, it
Mm.
was like a mild flu. I've had the flu before and it was torture. COVID wasn't as bad as that.
You know, we've mentioned COVID too many times. The fucking algorithm's going to be, oh, this cunt's going to get to see it because we're swearing, we're being negative towards.
It's your fault.
I know.
This is what happens when
We
it's
should
that.
we
It's
should
like
do what
fish.
Alan does. He calls it the macaroni.
The macaroni.
Aye,
Let's
fucking
call it.
clever.
Let's call it the macarena.
The macaroni. Aye, try to say that for
So I had the
fucking.
macarena twice.
Aye.
You know.
And still survive.
Macarena.
I play it every week.
I wouldn't survive you playing it. Not if you were dancing anyway.
No, fuck it. A bearded guy doing the macarena is just no fucking right.
No,
It's bad enough I'm cutting about on skates. But aye, it's fucked up. The world is fucked up. Like
It's a very strange place. You worry about the kids growing up now.
Aye.
That's it.
I do. I look at my James and he's very, very open-minded, but at the same time he's very fucking go to work, go to do this, go to do that, go to buy a house and everything. I'm like, that's the last thing you want to fucking do.
Oh,
But
no.
no, he's got to have it. He wants to buy
Right.
his house, and I'm like, fuck no, man. Why put that round your neck? You know, life's hard enough without having that noose, you know, to deal with. My Sarah, she's a mum. Again, you know, I look at how they live their life. It's hard for them, man. It's hard.
Yes. Well, see, I've got a 17-year-old and
Aye.
I really don't know what's... She doesn't really have any great aspirations
Right.
at the moment, but with me as a role model, no clue what's going to happen.
May the farce be with her.
I could be a good cautionary example. That's all I can hope for.
Yeah,
Yeah. Is
Well,
it nap time yet?
I think so. I'm fucking feeling that way myself. What time is it?
Shattered.
Fuck's sake, aye. Oof. There's an hour and 8 minutes.
Is it?
Aye.
Talking crap.
An hour and
That's
8
what
minutes. What did I
happens.
fucking tell you? We'll put this on and you'll not even know. We'll have fucking righted the world.
I know I've got these headstones
Aye.
on though.
So, right, look, we'll wrap up because I've got to get away before the fucking traffic hems me in. You've got to pick the way up. We've been talking pish for long enough. Pabloona Designs, Creations, fucking, I'll put it all over the Facebook
Woohoo!
page and whatever, and I'll share it. And Dawn makes lots of fucking little creations. Get
There's
on
over
it.
200 in my shop just now.
200 in your shop. Etsy
It's
/ fucking.
Pabloona Designs.
I'll put it on. I'll put it on the
Take
fucking.
a card.
Yes, I'm going to take a card so that I remember to put it on. Well, buddy, it's been great shooting the shit with you
Good
on
to
this.
see you again.
Because this is a record for me, like I say, when I'm old and decrepit, I can look back and say, oh, Dawn was
There's
lovely,
Yvonne,
wasn't she?
look.
There's Yvonne.
I think I remember her.
Okay, what was her name again? Was it Yvonne? Sounds like Yvonne. Dawn, thanks for being part of my little project, because this is something that I love doing, that I never get to do because I'm fucking working all the time.
You're too busy. That's
But
when
now
you
that I'm
change.
slowing down, and now that I've got opportunity running into the hills,
Yep.
this will change, because I'll
Your
do this
thing.
as a hobby, I think.
So will you have to do that like online, or are you going to get people to
Nah,
go
it
up
doesn't
there?
work online.
So you need to get people up.
If I can't come and sit around your table, or you can't come and sit around my table, I'll not do it. Because
Right.
see the online one, have you watched any of them that are online?
No.
Fucking brutal. Doesn't work. Shouldn't work.
Like a
Shouldn't be
Zoom
done.
call.
Aye.
No.
Leave that to the
Kind
fucking.
of stale.
Leave that to MEN, man's world. You know, if you're going to sit round a table and do a podcast, sit round a fucking table and do a podcast. That's totally the way to go. Because there's the human side of it. You know, if you're sitting in your house, you could be sitting in your fucking jammies, but have a nice shirt and tie on.
Sounds good.
Makes you wonder what half of them are up to. Eh?
I've got my jammies
Ah,
on
well,
under
you've got your
these.
jammies on, aye. So, but you know what I'm saying.
No, I know.
You know, it's just better if you're in the same room, interact a wee bit, get a cup of tea, vegan cake. Aye. Right, I'm going to sign off with this wee song that I'll play at the end of the
Is it
fucking.
Macarena?
Do you know? See, if I'd have known that, I'd have fucking put the Macarena on. Now, this is a free to use one, so thanks to Pagan the Rejected. That's who this is.
Is it?
Still don't know how to party. I did a video for the skating for this.
That?
For that,
Cool.
part and comment, Don, to the camera.
See ya!
Fucking loony. Adios, amigos.